What's up everyone, and welcome to a Minecraft Bedrock Redstone tutorial video. I'm your host, OmLedu, and today I have for you a fully adjustable, lag-friendly, automated redstone store. This specific design is 1 for x being any non-prime number that you desire. It dispenses a full stack in about 5 seconds, or 12 stacks per minute. But if this is not the design of automated store that you are looking for, then talk to me about it in the comments. I'm sure I can come up with something that fits what you need. For this design, this is what you'll need to build it. You'll also need 20 trash items to name on an anvil, and 2 of whatever you're going to charge. This redstone torch and this redstone lamp are optional. We'll explain that near the end of the video. And these blocks of iron can be any solid block of your choice. I'm just going to use them because they're easy to see. This build area is going to be 5 by 8, and all the redstone will be under the ground. So start off by digging down 4 in the entire 5 by 8 area. Then, on the side that you want the payment hopper to be, come 2 away from the wall and dig down 1 all the way to the back, like so. Then jump in your hole, and 1 block away from the wall, place a barrel. This is where your diamonds or your payment is going to be stored for you to collect it later. Then crouch and put a hopper going down into that barrel. And then place another hopper above that hopper, but going into the wall. Make sure it's not going down into that other hopper. Now place a solid block there, and then a piece of glass next to that solid block. Then grab your piston and place a piston facing this way, like so. Place a piece of obsidian next to that piston so it can't move. Then place a redstone torch on the side of that piston underneath that solid block. Place another solid block at the back of the piston. Now jump up here and place 2 pieces of redstone dust right here and right here. And then turn around and place a comparator facing like so. Make sure the comparator is coming out of that hopper, going into the redstone dust. Now down here, place a solid block with a repeater on top of it. Then place a solid block coming out of that repeater. You'll have to crouch to get it there. Grab your pistons and place a piston on the side of this solid block right here, and then another piston facing that piston on the side of this first piston. So they're facing each other. Now place a block of redstone in between them like so. Then place a solid block diagonally down from that block of redstone. Jump up here, turn around, place a repeater on top of that solid block, going into another solid block with a redstone torch on the side. Now come down here and place a dropper facing that redstone torch, but 1 block below the redstone torch. Then place a hopper going into that dropper. You'll have to crouch to place the hopper on the dropper. Place a solid block next to the dropper, and then coming out of the dropper, place a comparator down under that piston, and that comparator is going into a repeater, which is next to a repeater going the other direction. And then put 4 pieces of redstone dust in these places, like so. Now come over to the other side, and we're going to place a comparator next to this block that's underneath this repeater right here, the block next to that dropper. So this comparator is receiving a signal from that dropper. Now it's going into a solid block with a redstone torch on the side of it, underneath this piston here. And we're almost done, just a few more things. So grab an observer, crouch, and place an observer facing down onto that repeater right there. And then place a dropper on top of that observer facing up, and then place 3 more droppers next to this dropper. You'll have to crouch to place these droppers. Make sure they're all facing up. And then come down here and place 1 little piece of redstone dust right there next to that comparator. It should turn on because it's underneath this redstone block right here. And that's basically it. Now come to your anvil, and we're going to name 20 trash items, anything you want to. This is just so that you don't have to put 22 of your payment item in there, so that you can, put 20 of a trash item and then put 2 of your payment item. And we're going to put these in this top hopper right here, put the named trash item in the last 4 slots, and then put 2 of your payment item in the first slot. Now, come back here to this dropper right here and place just one item in the dropper. We're going to talk about this dropper is how you program, like how many items you will receive for your payment. But for now, just put one item in there just to make sure everything works. You should be able to toss in a diamond and stuff will move and the droppers will click. That will confirm that it's working. So now I'm going to go ahead and load these droppers. But there is a few details about these droppers. You don't need to have 4 of these droppers, but I'm going to load them first and talk about them later. So I recommend completing the video. If you're building along with the video, go ahead and finish the video right now before you start loading droppers, and it will all make sense here in a second. Also, you'll have to refill these droppers individually, so you will need access to the underside of them right here. You'll also need access to this area so that you can take out your diamonds from your payment barrel over there. But now get your solid blocks and place solid blocks on top of these droppers. If you're familiar with item elevators, that's what we're doing here. Items that are shot out into solid blocks from a dropper will end up going up through the solid blocks. So make sure that all of this dirt right here, if you're building this up in the sky or something, this dirt also needs to be solid blocks right here. So all of the blocks that are diagonally up from those droppers need to be solid blocks. The blocks on the side of those droppers don't need to be solid blocks. But yeah, so also to hide this redstone, it's going to be one up like so. So you need to carry these solid blocks that you just placed up one more. So carry the solid blocks above the droppers up by 2. You'll also want to place a slab on top of the hopper like so. You can also place stairs, either stairs or slabs, and the hopper will still be able to take the item through that block. Like so. Looky there. Everything should work. Now let's talk about how you change the values, like how much you're going to get for 1 diamond. So if you have 4 droppers here, then it's going to be a multiple of 8. So how many ever items you have in here, it will be 8 times that. So if you have 1 item, you'll get 8 emeralds. If you have 2 items, you'll get 16 of whatever you're selling. Or if you have 4 items, you'll get 32 of whatever you're selling. So to get a full stack, you would put in 8 items in this dropper. Every 8 items is a full stack. So just to show that it works, we'll throw in a diamond with 8 items down in that dropper. And we get a full stack. Looky there. Super duper cool. So if you want multiple stacks, just put in like 16 items for 2 stacks or 32 items for 4 stacks. Now, if you don't want a multiple of 8, simply remove a dropper. Each dropper you remove changes the multiple. So now you would get a multiple of 6 if you have 3 droppers. Or if you only have 2 droppers, you would get a multiple of 4. Only 1 dropper gets you a multiple of 2. So right now there are 4 items in the counter and 3 droppers, so we should get 24 items. Whereas if there were 4 droppers, we would get a half stack. Super duper easy. One last thing before we end this video. If you want a confirmation light that lets you know when the machine is ready, run it off of this torch right down here. Place a solid block on top of that torch, then a torch on top of that solid block, then a solid block on top of that torch, then a lamp on top. This light will let you know when it's ready to throw another diamond. So if people want to buy stuff like multiple times in a row, this light will help them know when it's ready to throw in another diamond. And that's all we got for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if this isn't the story you're looking for, or if there's just something you would like to see, be sure to tell me about it in the comments. I will try my best to help you out, and the comments help me out, just like liking and subscribing. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more tutorials and adventures. I really appreciate all of the support. But it is that time. I've been your host, OmLedu, hopefully teaching you a redstone trick or two, and reminding you, until next time, don't forget to have fun. Bye-bye.